Well, here I am again. It was a crazy week last week. There was just so much on and so much to do. I didn't spend much time on my laundry, to be honest. There was just no time for it. So here I am again, and I'm hanging out my laundry. I've got some washing on, and I've just spent a whole bunch of time folding a whole bunch of socks, and I probably rolled 50 plus pairs of socks. They are in my sock box, all rolled. Well, I have two tubs in my laundry. One is for the clean unfolded socks and one is for the folded socks, and the socks come out of the washing machine dryer and go in the unfolded socks, and then we fold them and we put them in the folded socks. And if you need socks, you know where to find them. They're in the laundry in the folded sock tub. And we kind of got to a point where both tubs were just filled with unfolded socks. So I thought tonight, I'm like, I need to get back on top of this a bit. So folded a whole bunch of socks, and now everything's all ready for whoever needs socks. Otherwise, it does take a little bit of time because whoever needs socks need to find them. And then, you know, if it's a child, they will spread them across the laundry floor, searching for a pair of socks and leave them there. And then I'll walk in and be like, what is happening in here? So socks are done. Most people don't have socks in their cupboards because that's just something I've just said no to. They have places in their cupboards if they want to, whilst they're putting their washing away, if they want to collect their own size socks and put them in their cupboard, they're most welcome to it. But that's not something I do. So I will put them in Darius's drawer. Maybe sometimes he runs out and he'll be like, so do I have any clean socks anywhere? And I'll be like, let me get them for you. And I'll go find him some socks. But generally, two sock tubs, folded, unfolded. You know, it doesn't work for everyone, but it works for us. So that's what we do. And you know, I didn't get that mantle from heaven descending from Martha Stewart on my life. I'm just doing what's practical and what works for us. And I think that's okay. So that's where my laundry's at right now. I did have a day at the end of last week, because if I'm busy and I've got stuff on and stuff to do, I was out quite a few nights last week, and generally if I'm busy then everything starts to fall apart. So yeah, there was a lot of catching up to do. But I did walk into my laundry one day and I was just like, it was a true mess. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, my friends might think that I'm saying like, oh, look at my messy laundry, and you're like, that is not a messy laundry, that looks fine. Yeah, it gets worse. So maybe I'll splice in a photo of what I found that day, because I was just like, oh yeah. And even that was after I picked up a few things, before I had the thought of, I should take a photo of this. Because, you know, have you ever walked into someone's house and they say, oh, excuse the mess, and you're like looking around, you're like, this place is immaculate, and you're making a mental note to yourself saying, okay, you know, note to self, don't invite this person over my house when it's, you know, out of sorts. If they think this is messy, what are they going to think of my place? I don't know. So that's not what I'm doing. My laundry does get super chaotic. I'm not just talk. I will show you. It can get pretty crazy, but that's okay. And you know, you have busy days and things get out of control, and then you have days and you fix it, and that's fine with me. So we do have what I have called Wacky Wardrobe Wednesday, and on Wacky Wardrobe Wednesday, that's the day where my children have to gather up all of their t-shirts that are hanging up in the laundry, anything they have a cupboard, and they all have their own tub in the cupboard. And if I'm washing stuff and their stuff pops up in there, I'll put in their tub. So Wacky Wardrobe Wednesday, they have to go into their wardrobe, they have to just tidy it up a little bit, refold stuff if it's, you know, got a bit messy, take their empty hangers out of their wardrobes, put them in the laundry on the pole, take any t-shirts that are on the hanger, fold anything in their tubs, put it away, and that's it. And they just do that on Wednesdays, and then they all have their own washing day, which they're supposed to do their own washing, which doesn't always happen, and sometimes I pick up the slack there. But yeah, it's a work in progress, so that's okay. So that's kind of some of the things we do to stay on top of the washing for all of us. And you know, no one loves to do washing, but that's okay. We are trying to figure out the best ways to make it work amongst us so that we all are able to wear clean clothes and we're all able to serve and help bear one another's burdens, like we read about Moses in Exodus, how Jethro comes along and he says, what you're doing is not good. And if you're a mother of any amount of children, but especially if you have, you know, quite a few children, sometimes I feel like that for mums who just do everything and feel like they have to do everything. But in a house, we have children who are capable, and even the smallest child is capable of something. You know, if it's feeding the dog, or, you know, wiping up spills, or taking their laundry and putting it in the washing machine. My 6-year-old can do his own washing, or he's 7 now, actually. He can do his own washing, and why not? Why not? Because there's lots of things in the running of a home that children can't do, and those things are going to fall to me, and I can't do those things well. I can't do those things well if I'm picking up everyone's things and doing all of the little bits and pieces that need to be done. So we need to work together, and we delegate, and you know, it's very imperfect, but however imperfect it is, the Lord is working on us that we might love him and serve him better in serving one another. So that's what we do, and I think it's really important. I think mums, you don't have to do it all. You don't have to do it all. It's, you know, it's not just your job. You've got people in your house who wear clothes. You've got people in your house who can help to maintain the clothes. If you have people in your house who eat food, you've got people in a house that can help prepare food and wash plates and, you know, put things away and sweep floors and clean toilets and all of that. And it will not hurt them. It will help them, because one day they'll have to do that sort of stuff, and it's okay to practice. So it's been a busy week, and I'm looking forward to this week because, you know, the load shall be lightened a little bit, and I feel like I've just freed up a little bit of mental space, which is, you know, great. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, staying on top of everything is just not possible for whatever reason. And no amount of, you know, try harder or do better is going to help a person. So if you're ever tempted to tell someone to try harder or do better, maybe just stop yourself there, because some people, they're trying as hard as they can, and I'm always challenged with this with my children. I mean, have you ever seen the look on your child's face when you tell them, like, you know, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And like, they're just so sad because they're like, well, I really did try my best, mommy. Like, don't you see I'm really trying? And you know, as a parent, like, you know, sometimes I set my standards way too high for my children. Sometimes I set them too low as well. So, you know, this is like a double-edged sword. You know, you're gonna find that perfect, you know, mid-ground, which, you know, this is a work in progress. But, you know, it breaks my heart when we place burdens on our children or on other people. I've been in a church where the message was constantly, you're not doing enough. You aren't enough. Look at the apostles. Look at what they did, and look at your Christian life, and that's just not enough, and that is not helpful. It's not helpful. But what is helpful is when we get a glorious image of Christ, when we get a glorious image of what could be, when we get a glorious image of this amazing God that we love and whom we desire to serve. And in that image, it pushes us on. It pushes us on to keep on. and it pushes us to our knees so that we can, ask the Lord for his grace and his strength and his power to, do the works that he's called us to each day, and to do them truly with a heart of joy and gratitude for all that he has done, because we love him, and we do want to work diligently as unto the Lord and not to men, because it's his opinion of us that is important. So don't try harder in your own strength. Run to Jesus, and I'll be reminding myself that tomorrow, not to say try harder, but run to Jesus and do what you can for him each and every day. His mercies are new every single morning, and he will give wisdom to those who ask. So yeah, I'm going to keep trying to not burden ourselves in ways that Christ has not asked us to burden ourselves. He says, come to me all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, for my burden is easy and my load is light. So in Jesus, it's not, he doesn't say, come on, do more, lift a harder load. He says, come to me, let me help you, let me help with that. Let me take these burdens upon myself, and let us walk this road together. So continue walking with Jesus. That's what you need to try. Try to walk with Jesus. Try to walk with him, and pray for his grace always. And so that's me. We're getting back on top of some stuff after a busy week, and tomorrow's a new day, and this is me. Life of my laundry.